I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity, so help me God. These words are the social contract in our pledge between the citizens of this country and Nigeria as a whole. And the funny thing is, this is also the social contract between its leaders and its citizens. But funny enough, these leaders have failed the country woefully. I am Trix, and this is the assessment. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and follow me as I give you undiluted assessment. The main priority of any leader of any country should be the welfare of its citizen, which is the ideal system. But the Nigerian leadership has always shown that they think about other things first, and the welfare of the citizens come last, because that is the only way you can explain why a country will bring in a very terrible policy that affects the poorest of the poorest in the society right after coming off a very serious fuel scarcity that affects everybody. It is crazy, and this is the reality that many Nigerians face this period. This government has been known as a government that brings out policy that are not people-centered. You talk about the land and border closure and every single thing, and this policy brings it out to the worst. This is the worst policy that we've ever seen in Nigeria, because all my life, I have never seen when there's scarcity of cash. It is one thing not to have money. It's another thing to have money but not able to access your money because the government decided to bring a terrible policy. If you think I am lying, just watch these videos that will scatter around the internet to find the pains that Nigerians complain every single day when they wake up because of this policy. Let's watch.
What they have just done is an afterthought. Because if these people have come together, brought their economic think tanks together to reason out things, they would have thought about the gray areas, how it's going to affect the citizens, and how they will be able to alleviate the pains before embarking on it, especially when you begin to consider that it's at a time when, election is just at the corner.
The funny thing is, if the government had actually cared, the problem is care. If they had cared, they would have considered.
The idea is good.
The government has never cared for anything. That's why a governor in a state, a former governor in a state, could create the Ministry of Happiness. The only reason is just because he wanted to employ his relative as the commissioner there. It is very funny. These people don't care. Like, is it hard there to care about the people that you claim to serve? Like, it is not difficult. It is not very difficult, and it's something that many Nigerians have to face every day. Look at this person again.
The idea is good. The currency mop-up is good, but they came at the wrong time. You see? But this government has over 8 years to do this. Why is it that we are they are doing it? A lot of people are experiencing for
8 years. They had over 8 years to make a policy. If the whole idea of the cashless policy makes sense, if they want
to say that if the money is not available,
to actually influence policy, but they didn't. Instead, they decided to do a few months to an election because they want to attack rivals. Because the president was not happy with someone, he decided to do a policy that affects Nigerians and done haphazardly, without care, without any thought. Let's look at this video again.
I have to say that if the money is not available, it's not in circulation. There is a paucity of funds in circulation now to do business. And the POS, because the money is not available, demand for the money is higher than supply. The POS have given raising the amount, charging more now. As of today, is 100.
And it is not even a joke. Like, not only is there scarcity of cash, people that do POS out of money for cash. It is very, very, very ridiculous. They charge ridiculous amount of money for cash. When you want to get 1,000 naira and somebody is charging you 400 naira. The naira has a parallel market. The naira has a parallel market. It can be compared to the dollar. Can you imagine? Imagine what the poor person will feel, what the poor woman that is doing business will experience. Let's look at this woman.
àṣìṣe wọn wá sí báǹkì àtúnwó gbà ọmọ wọn lọ rìn ìrìn àwọn owó jẹun àpàtẹ àwọn jàtà pọ́s òṣìṣẹ́ báǹkì ò fún wọn lọ́wọ́ ẹ má bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbọ́ ẹ má dọ̀gún lẹ̀ o ẹ má dọ̀gún lẹ̀ o àrò ìbòdì o àti ẹ̀rọ ìbòdì rárá ìbò oníbùkù yẹn kọ́ọ̀sù ẹ̀ ẹ má wà kó owó tiwọn síta ni o gbogbo oníbùkù owó tọ̀lẹ̀ kó pamọ́ yẹn ẹ lè bá wà kó owó tiwa ni ẹ lè bá wà kó aláṣiṣẹ́ owó wa ẹ fún wa lọ́wọ́ fi jẹun.
This is sad.
To be
And
in
that's
this
where the
period time
this
of
person.
to be in this period time of election. You say before election, people will be able to be okay because if you look at it now, you're not supposed to be around this time of election. It's supposed to be back. Like all
See, I don't care, election or no election. If the timing is not even the problem itself is the
iṣẹ́
policy.
àrówó à ń tajà
The
kò sówó.
policy is the problem. Like, it is the biggest problem. If the execution went perfectly, it wouldn't matter if it was an election period or if it was not an election period. It would have gone well if the CBN has decided to release enough money for people to get, not few, not little money, that people will not be able to access their cash. Just take a look at this market woman as she explains her pain. Like, you could feel it from the video.
iṣẹ́ àrówó à ń tajà kò sówó àwọn tí tó fẹ́ rajà wọn ò rówó rajà à ń bẹnu ilé bí ń pa wá àtajà àrówó gbà ẹ̀yìn transfer ni wọ́n ṣe fún wa transfer ò sì wọlé àrówó gbowó ta ní àti lọ́ọ́ kó sí báńkì gbà wọ́n ní wọ́n ṣe kínní àrówó kẹ̀kẹ́ rajà àrówó jẹ wọ́n rárá ebi ń pa wá o gbogbo àwọn tá sì ń tajà sàrà là ń ṣe torí gbogbo àwọn tó bá dà lọ́wọ́ wa nígbà tó bá rówó tó fún àwọn mọ́jà wa lọ lé lásán lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ni o ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ ṣàánú wa o ẹ ṣàánú wa o àwọn tó ń ṣe transfer fake transfer ni wọ́n ń ṣe adébáńkì àrówó lẹ́nu látago méje àárọ̀ tó fi dago mẹ́sàn-án àwọn àrówó kankan ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ń sọ fún àwọn ẹbí ń pa wá o lórí ogún wa à ń tún jìyà lórí ogún wa lórí ogún wa.
This is the problem we face in Nigeria. If leaders can actually look at these faces of this poor woman and feel the pain inside, then maybe they can make policies that actually matter. The funny thing is, the whole point has been defeated because the CBN governor and through the CBN just gave instructions that banks should start accepting old notes. Then what was the point of the whole brouhaha? What was the point of the whole issue? Why did they even actually bring the policy if after 2 months they will just go back on their words? It is ridiculous. The center of policy should, the whole point of policy in government should be people-centered. People should be first. How it affects every single human being should be first. And this is something that the government actually needs to look into and think about. Please, we are your people. If we are not here, you won't be in government. Please, it's not when you enter there, you gotta be doing like one overlord and decide to be doing rules that don't actually affect the lives of the people. That's it on the assessment today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Don't also forget to catch me here as I give you undiluted assessment.